They say life on the farm is hard but honest work. But in Common Ground World, we farm for a greater cause, saving the planet one soil patch at a time. Build an eco-friendly town, leveraging regenerative agriculture and recover valuable soil. Compete in weekly competitions to earn great prizes. Get rewarded for helping to support our ecosystem and your fellow farmers. Eager to learn more? Well, head on over to Gala Games and start playing now.
Good morning.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
Hey,
Oh my gosh, there's so many of us.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. How you
Final
doing, Farmer
Friday.
Michelle? Ninja
I'm-
Surprise?
I'm doing great. How about you?
Yeah, me too.
I'm good. We have a special guest today. One odd gent.
me. I'm
Good
honored. Happy to be here. Happy to
Back.
be with friendly faces. It's Friday. Let's have a good time.
Yeah.
All
And
right.
Mr. Riant, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you
Awesome.
doing, Volcron?
Oh, good. Yeah, well, thanks for joining, everybody. This is our weekly town hall. We've been doing this since June of 2022, and we like to give you all the latest news and updates and roadmaps and all that fun stuff. As you can see, we got almost half a dozen people here. Actually, a full half a dozen if you count our mystery shadow tech person that's helping us out, that does all the audio, Mr. Paul. Yeah, so today's April 19th, and let's look through who's listening and say hi to everybody. I got some TSM and Dub peoples. One odd gent. We got Hey Now, Martin, Edie Lugs. Hello, Sircan, Kangaroo P. Oops, they tricked me. They did it. Bazinga, Citizen X, all kinds of stuff. I don't see a couple. Oh, there's Wilbank. All right. And Dash Riprock, my favorite grumpopotamus, Tom Ski, HXH, that's a new one. Oh, can't enter the game. All right, so we got some questions already. Nice. Well, I'm super excited. It's not just because it's Friday, but I love doing this every week, and nice break from coding and getting to talk to everybody. So remember, if you are listening to this on YouTube, or even if you're not, go check us out on YouTube. There's a link in Discord. If you're on YouTube, click like and subscribe and turn on the bell. That way you'll get notified when we start these. We're really consistent with the timing, 8 a.m. Pacific every Friday, but you might forget and you don't want to miss it if it's live. You can put in your live questions. Speaking of questions, Farmer Michelle, if somebody isn't live, how do they submit one during the week?
We have a Google Sheet for submitting questions, or Google form. Let me find the link for it here. You probably already got it for me.
Yeah, I'm pasting to the channel.
Right there. I post it every Wednesday with the meta announcement. It's also right in the pins. I think it's the second or third pin down. So if you've got any questions anytime throughout the week, throw them in there. We do our prep meetings on Thursdays. So if they're in there before Thursday, we'll definitely make sure we get it into the one on the following day.
Nice. All right. Well, let's jump straight into the headlines. How about the rewards?
We can see Salmon Panini rewards went out this week. That was last week's event. The leaderboard document is not updated yet, but I will make sure that I update it right after this town hall. I'll try to make sure that I keep that up to date. I know I got behind for a bit. If you forget where that document is, it's right in the FAQ, and I will put a link for it in the chat right now.
Nice. And up next, we got some interesting news from Ninja Surprise about social media.
Yeah, well, actually, it's our new, our upcoming art contest that we're going to be kicking off. So if you guys checked out our Twitter, we actually just announced our Earth Day art competition that's going to be coming up next Monday on April 22nd. It's going to be kicking off at 12 p.m. PST. So the rules and basically the conditions of participating in this is we wanted to really showcase appreciation for the planet and basically just kind of intertwining that with Common Ground World, since that's what our game is pretty much all about. So pretty much like what we want for participants to do is to basically create art using in real life materials. So this could range from painting to just pen and paper to coloring, whatever you guys want to essentially do. Is free game, but there's no digital art that's going to be allowed, and there's also no AI art. Certainly no AI art that's going to be allowed. So we have the full rules up on Twitter, but I'll go through them a little bit. So when you guys are submitting the artwork to us, you're going to be doing it through the Zealy quest board. We have 3 unique quests that's going to unlock there on Monday, and the first one is going to be for the submission of the artwork. So when you guys are submitting your artwork, just make sure that you take a picture of it. It could be like on a blank background or whatever. Just submit that, and it could be like just standard photo, submit it, and then we'll check it over and just make sure that there's no cheaters or there's no other just like work that they're trying to slide by us. And then then the second rule of entry is you have to basically post it on either Twitter or Discord. So if you post it on Discord, you just have to copy the link to the post and submit that. Or if you submitted it on Twitter, then just copy the link to the tweet and then submit that as well. You can also post both, but you just need at least one for the entry. But if you wanted to submit both, then you're more than welcome to do that. Also, additionally, you are going to be getting a generous amount of Zealy XP for participating if your submission is approved. I believe you're going to get about 10K XP, since this is kind of a big ask, and since this is a pretty a bit more of a competitive competition. I figured that I'll reward those that with Zealy points, with a good amount of Zealy points that want to participate. Additionally, you also get some nice Zealy points for the link submissions for sharing your artwork. After all submissions are made, we're going to open up voting inside of the Discord channel, and pretty much everybody's going to vote for their favorite art piece. They're going to, all the pieces should be submitted, and then the community is going to vote for the top 5, and the top 5 art pieces are going to receive the natural, basically the top 5 art pieces. Those winners are going to receive a natural energy plant as the grand prize. So,
Oh wow!
It's going to be So it's going to be kicking off on Monday, and then submissions will end on Thursday around the same time, 12 p.m. PST, and then voting will open up Friday, 12 p.m. PST, and then it will run through the weekend, and then on Monday it will close same time, and then we'll announce the winner then.
That's awesome. I can't wait to see the submissions.
Yeah.
Same. I really am looking forward to this. It's going to be an awesome. It's going to be an awesome competition.
It's a nice prize too, man.
It is, but we're going to go big on Earth Day.
Got one live question already. O-Town, did I miss anything? Yes, we were talking about the Earth Day art contest, so rewind a little bit. Well, let's jump straight into game updates. I'll go first. We got guilds. Guilds were scheduled for Q1. They are running a little long. That's on me, or really on my our team's insistence on testing. We want to make it as bug-free as possible, and last minute, it's a pretty complicated collection of UI and network calls, so we're just being really careful with that. This week, the library view, where you can share your NFTs with your your guildmates. That one's a little bit tricky, and we've had to go back and forth on the UI a little bit. There were some edge cases about, when an NFT is borrowed versus when it's loaned out. How do we display certain things? So that was a little bit of UI work, and then, of course, ongoing testing. We had to fix some network errors that weren't quite being handled right, and we got that fixed. We have a new art director. I think we mentioned that maybe a month ago, and he's awesome. He actually jumped directly into Godot this week and last week to fix up some of our UI, because, we're just little smooth brain programmers over here. We don't have the big art skills. So thank goodness he did that. He jumped in, and that's awesome. And we are adding a new landing page. So like when you click your little guild banner, it'll actually tell you what the heck guilds are. Originally, we just threw you straight into the feature, but we thought maybe not. Maybe like a year from now, people won't even know what this feature is. So let's put a little explanation page in there. Besides that, just some tweaks, stuff like the banner there in your town will be different depending on whether or not you're in a guild, and adding some clarification on the join and invite. For example, if you're in a guild and you get an invite and you click accept, we're going to throw a little modal up now that's like, but if you accept this invite, you're going to leave your old guild. Are you sure about that? So it's like that kind of thing, right? We don't want you to have to go asking, NLO, TSM, whoever, like, please invite me back. Like, just put a little modal in there. So that's some of the feedback as we do the testing. That's why it's taking a little longer. Also, we provided some tooling because we know, despite our best efforts, there might be things that go live that people cannot self-manage. And we want to provide for customer support, QA, people like that, ourselves, the ability to inspect and change guilds if people run into trouble. So there's some backend tooling, and we had to do some inventory validation. You can imagine now that our inventory on our backend service is saying things like, oh, well, not just do you own this NFT, but why is this even in your inventory? Is it here because you borrowed it from a guildmate? Or do you actually own it, but you can't use it because you've loaned it out? So some validators were updated there. And and I think overall progress is pretty good. So we'll give y'all updates and more screenshots as they come along. Next section would be daily challenges. That'll follow guilds. And then, as you know, our roadmap, or maybe you don't know, but it'll go guilds, daily challenges, which means earnings, which is super exciting. And then after that, we're going to do our NFT upgrades. And Riant has a big plan for that, which we'll get into in the Q&A maybe a little bit of. So, other than that, check the Discord for fixes whenever Farmer Michelle posts as we do releases. You'll see a lot of data fixes and stuff in there. And there was a fix that went out 2 Fridays ago for the stuck ATVs. And people were complaining about that for quite some time. And it should be permanently fixed. And if it's not, let me know. I just want to call that out because that was such a thorn in the side of players. So let's move on to Mayhem talk. What? Riant? We have Mayhem talk?
Yeah, we do. It's coming up. It's really interesting. So, all right. We have 4 weeks of content starting from May 6th through May 31st. Every week we're going to have a different competition. And we also will have the second batches sales of all our NFTs that had the first batch partial, right? And just like Volcron said, the reworks of some NFTs that we have released during the last semester, right? As usual, also discounts on NFTs, and the second companion reaching the game, which is Lucy the Border Collie. She will hit the store on the first week of the Mayhem. I read that Sparky should be a subgrid size. It's a doghouse by Citizen X. It's actually right. We are going to check that out because it should be a smaller size space. All right, so for the first week of Mayhem, we have the Everybody's Welcome event, a competition with 2,500 seats. We'll have also the sale of the 750 green forages and the reworks of Table of Appreciation and the Crystal Reindeer. More details will come up during the week before we release this. We will have also our engagement campaign for users that stop playing Common Ground World, where we will be reaching them, telling them that guilds is coming, and we'll have a freebie for them. So everybody that play the game, that spend time on it, will be able to check out how cool is the game right now. For the second week, we have a competition that I wanted to try, which is the best of the best. It's a competition with 500 reward seats and the same amount of rewards that a regular competition. And for the rest of players that play that competition, so they don't get left out, they will receive a free turkey skin for participating and selling at least 10 mirrors in the competition. I think I just spoiled the craft that's going to be there. It's mirrors. All right. Along with that, 800 Hatching Hack Junior sale and reworks of Hokokoa Chalet and the Mistletoe Arc. And for the third week, another Everybody's Welcome competition with 2,500 seats as well, and the 100 units of Arcane Ring Epic at sale as well. The reworks of Tunnel of Love and the Barista Palace for the third week. And finally, for the fourth week, we have the first planned guilds competition. Right? We have the Better Together competition. So everybody prepare, get your guild, create your guild, invite people. We also have the sale of the 100 Crystal Sanctums that have left. And the reworks of Masterful Distillery and Monumental Snowman. So expect more details on this, on rewards and more specifics during the week before each event's going on. It's going to happen. We will be sharing with you key arts and new assets as days go by. And yeah, let's have a great Mayhem this year. Please share your thoughts with us. And really looking forward to see you enjoying it.
That's really cool. Did you say there were 500 reward seats for Best of the Best?
Best of this, 500 seats.
Wow.
Yes.
And there's a, just for playing, you get something as well?
Yes, a free turkey skin, not only for playing, but selling at least 10 mirrors.
Oh my gosh.
Which is the featured craft of that day.
Yeah.
Of that week.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's a spoiler too. I didn't mean to.
Oh, well.
That's all right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, just as to go off script or whatever for a sec, like Mayhem traditionally for this product has been mayhem behind the scenes as well. And this year to have Riant and everybody else doing this with pure data and taking that burden off of the devs so we can just focus on writing code. Thank you so much, emoji prayer hands over here. Thank you, Riant. That's awesome.
Fully focused in promises, so that's our goal.
Yeah, that's great. Okay, well, let's move on to Q&A. We got the first one for Farmer Michelle. Whatever happened to the Common Ground T-shirts and hats that came with the film mystery boxes? Will we ever be able to get our merch?
I don't know a lot about that because it was part of the Common Ground film, not part of Common Ground World, the game. If you head over to that film Discord, they'll probably be able to help you out over there. It's more of like a Gala Entertainment thing, not a Gala Games thing. So I just don't know the full details of what's going on with all that. Here's the invite to the film Discord. If anyone isn't in the film Discord and wants to be over there and ask questions, which you can definitely ask them over there.
Awesome. Yeah, it's interesting to see the evolution, right? Like it was just Gala Games, and now we're doing so many interesting things with film and music.
Yeah, they're doing a lot over there in film too.
Let's see.
What's our next question? Oh, it's for you. I'll read it.
Okay.
It says, can we not have a cooldown time for NFTs? Instead, keep track of NFTs that are already earned for the day, eligible to earn table, non-eligible to earn table. When a request is made, are you in the eligible table? If yes, earn. If no, deduct town points from total and earn with eligible NFTs.
Oh. Sounds like there's a little confusion over that. We could probably do a better job of communicating any kind of cooldowns and eligibility. But if you ever wonder like what our policy is and how that'll be reflected in the game, just think, can two people benefit from something that only one person is supposed to benefit from? If so, you're probably not going to be able to do that. So that's like high level. Hope that answers it. But in detail, specifically, yeah, if you have an earning NFT and you send it to your friend, we're going to keep track of exactly which NFT was used to claim daily challenges. So it doesn't matter if it goes to your friend over the network, like it's a chain transaction, or if you loan it via guild. That NFT is only going to be able to be used in one daily challenge. And we're doing some NFT ownership tracking and fixes I mentioned last week to address some fast forward quirks. So yeah, we could probably do a better job of giving that map. As far as cooldown, I think that might still be up for debate. I know in the Play Canvas version, there was that 24-hour cooldown. Like when you receive an NFT from a friend, you have to wait a day. And we'll see if we re-implement that or not. If that answers that. Was that clear, Farmer Michelle? What do you think? Was it?
Yeah, it made sense.
Okay. Next question's for you. Will there be a dedicated mode for the daily quest?
Yes, I believe we talked about that a couple weeks ago. I think Wild Moopsy did. There will be a whole separate mode, kind of like there is for the event mode now. There'll be one just for daily challenges, and it will reset daily so that you can start over to do the challenge again for the day.
Nice.
And that's where daily earnings will be. They won't be on casual or in the event mode. They'll just be in that one mode.
Yeah, we might even have some visuals. We're going to go over that actually after this AMA. We're going to go over some
nice
wireframes on that. Let's see. Next one also for you. Will I have to reset my town each day to complete the daily challenge?
You shouldn't have to reset it yourself. It should be automatic. I'm not 100% sure because it's not totally live yet, but that I would imagine is how it will be. If anyone knows anything else, feel free to mention that.
Yeah, it'll be like any other challenge. It'll behave exactly like the weekly competitions, but it'll just last 24 hours.
Right.
That's what I figured.
Well, this one was for Wild Moopsy. How much time, but maybe Rian can take it, or Michelle, how much time will be needed to complete the daily quest? Do we have an idea of we could be silly and say 24 hours because it's daily. But I think they're asking for guidance on is there an idea? Do we have an idea yet of how long a player should have to put in? Are we talking like 20 minutes a day or 5 hours a day? What do you think, Rian? How hard will these challenges be?
Well, it should depend on what's the daily challenge, actually, but it should take around 30 minutes to an hour. I'd say I would need to talk this with Wild Moopsy, but I would say that's a good window of time to spend running daily challenges.
Alrighty. I think we addressed this one already. Somebody said win daily earnings. Yep, that'll come with the daily challenges, and that follows the guilds. Next one's for you, Riant. Hey, can't you give me an extra buff on Sparky, like Brightwind?
Yeah. Maybe in the future. 7 of these, as you know, will be reworked during Mayhem, and in the future we are really open to improve them if we feel they need a kick. Also, we are looking forward to have more dogs, more pets that could have better abilities or different abilities.
Okay. Next question's for you again. Hey, the wheat stand doesn't require a road. Then why does the sugarcane stand? Shouldn't it also not require a road?
Yeah, that actually makes a lot of sense. I'm going to talk with Wild Moopsy to check that out. Thank you for the question.
Here's another long one for you. Let me see if I can. Okay, I'm just going to read this. There's no profanity, so I'm going to go verbatim. It's a question as to what Townstar looks like longer term if creating new utility on a weekly basis. I offer extending the timeline a bit, economically feasible. I think they're saying, what's our long-term gameplay plan for utility of NFTs?
Right. So the long-term plan for Common Ground World is to drive two things. One, cooperative play through guilds, and two, leveraging GALACHAIN through upgradable NFTs and earnings and dirt. That's the long-term vision we have for the game. Regarding utility, we always strive to make both more wide amount of crafts and metas, as as well to make more deep metas and mix them up to make more diversity of ingredients and materials and making more complex assets. So we are right now, by making more crafts such as lettuce or eco paper, we try to cover every kind of material that a regular environment or economy has to make more complex, uh, and more products.
Okay,
So we try to cover everything.
nice. From Michelle's got the chair.
Yeah.
All right, here's last one for you, Riant. This player says, and I'm not embellishing, this is what they wrote. I love the new metas and the starter towns. The devs are really heads down and they're delivering. I swear a
Oh,
player
that's
really
sweet.
wrote that. I do miss hearing more of the big picture vision. The vibe is more live DevOps now. It would be good to hear the vision for the guilds, not promises/leaks. Okay. All right. You know how we love a good story time. For me, I really play games to be part of something inspired. Thanks again.
Right. This is a really great question. I really appreciate the player who sent us this. As I just said, the vision of Common Ground World for the remainder of 2024 is to strengthen our community by releasing guilds, do guild competitions, get everyone together and cooperate for to get the best position in guilds competitions, and also to leverage GalaChain, just as I mentioned. Bring back earnings through daily challenges, and add an extra dimension of gameplay through levels and upgrades with the upgradable NFTs that we have planned for Q3. So we want to enhance our community sense and leverage the amazing GalaChain system that we have. That's the vision we have for our loved game.
It's awesome. Yeah, it's it's really interesting how just one feature can change the nature.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, like a year ago, earning NFTs are what they are, right? And it's like, okay, yeah, you're gonna stick it in your town, you're gonna earn with them. But now that there's this guild feature coming out, you're gonna be, if you're not gonna be able to play or whatever, you can loan your earning NFTs to a friend and they can earn from it. And it's off chain, so it's not like you're giving them your property, right? It's just game data. And that changes the utility of the earning NFTs entirely. So yeah, thanks for that answer. I think that clears it up, Brian.
And thank you.
Let's see. First question is kind of more of a policy thing. I transferred the wrong NFT to a friend, and this NFT was in my town. He transferred it straight back, and I just realized, will this flag my account? He never placed his town or anything. No. If he didn't use it if you guys were not trying to use it at the same time, then you're fine. If it looks like you were repeatedly transferring it so that you guys could both benefit from it, that would pop up, and Riant he'd get the laser eyes. But otherwise, no, you're fine. Next one is, I think the question is, will you have to place and replace every earning NFT on a daily basis to complete the challenge? That's the design right now, yes, Citizen X. Yep. We might be able to revisit that if there's, if people, it might be enough that there was a question last week about this too. They're like, well, what if I have 400 earning NFTs? I can't place all those in the town. There's just not enough room. So we might revisit that if it becomes a problem. I think that's it for the live questions we've captured. Farm Michelle's in there answering in text.
I try.
Ha! Dash Riprock with the jokes. Yeah, Citizen X, you're welcome. Hey Now says, it seems like we might need a novice and an advanced competition to allow new players simple metas to learn gameplay. Sushi Boats is not for the novice. Probably right, but don't you think you could, I mean, you could learn that within not too long, right? You get on Discord, ask people.
Yeah, there's plenty of videos in the CGW videos channel. There's plenty of guides in there if you have any, if you need some input or some help.
Yeah,
It's a
and
great place to look.
some metas that we do aren't that complex as Sushi Boat. They are more simple, and those maybe are better suited for novice or apprentice players.
Okay. Here's one from Dubstep Rod. First question. Do the Mayhem competitions feature a bigger prize pool? And I think he's saying, like, do our
Yes.
regular weekly competitions.
So for the Mayhem, the best of the best competition, it will have basically the same amount of rewards, but distributed through the 500 players, right? The distribution, we will be sharing that later. And the Everybody's Welcome has a bigger prize pool because there are more players.
Okay.
And the regular seats do have an increased prize pool as well. We will be sharing the exact figure during the next weeks.
Well, that's nice. Okay. And then Dubstep Rod, as a follow-up, says, what does, quote, more rewards for the NFTs you mentioned mean?
I'm not sure what he means by that.
Yeah, maybe he means like higher Gala, or I thought you were pretty clear on which NFTs you get. Next one's from Couch Potato, also for Reant probably. Is there any discount on existing available NFTs in the store during Mayhem?
Yes, there will be discounts.
Oh, nice.
You can count on that. Yeah.
Let's see. Martin Seabols is contemplating the passage of time. Did you have a question, Martin? Let us know.
He was just asking about the white paper being ready yet.
Okay.
I don't think that we got any more updates this week from the legal department. It's still just hanging out over there as they review it and make sure it's good to go.
Yeah, I was checking it yesterday. There's still some open questions on it. Let's see.
Any other live questions out there, guys?
Well, I'll tell you what, if any come up while y'all are talking about the meta and the sale, we can revisit.
Awesome. Let's move on to the meta then.
All right.
So the event next week is Sushi Boats, which was already announced on Wednesday. I just put up the starter town image this morning so you can see it there. My original announcement had said plains, but it's actually forest. The edges are North Forest, East River, South River, and West Ocean. Again, that's Sushi Boats. There's no change to the recipe or anything. The cash boost this week is going to be white rice. The starter town will have some rice fields, fully passive with water and a mixing tent, so you can get started right away with your white rice. And I think that's all I've got for it.
Nice.
Should be a good week. It's been a while since we've done Sushi Boats.
That AI. Edie Lugs. All right, Riant, are you ready to discuss a sale?
Yeah, we have coming up in a few hours the Sakura Gourmet. It's a legendary NFT. It's going to cost $400 with 500 supply. The description is indulge in the rich flavors of Sushi Haven, an esteemed culinary destination located within Sakura Gourmet. Led by 3 masterful itamae, which are sushi chefs, this restaurant is renowned for its exceptional craftsmanship and offers a global enhancement to salmon and eel. So there you go. It's going to be particularly helpful for the Sushi Boat competition, and really looking forward to see it in game.
Nice. Well, that's exciting. Thank you for all that info.
Thank you.
There was one follow-up question. Just want to know, the new sushi restaurant NFT gives 50% craft speed for both fishing platforms and wild net fishing? Question mark.
Yes.
All right.
Anything that crafts salmon, so that's wild net fishing, fishing platforms, and the advanced fishing platform NFT.
Okay. Hey Now has a question. Will Mayhem reward people who played in Mayhem last year? Returning folks.
I don't think so.
Alrighty. All right. Well, I am not seeing any other live questions right now.
Oh, neither am I.
All right. Well, everybody, thank you so much for joining us on this beautiful Friday. Hope everybody enjoyed the AMA. And if
I
you're
certainly
listening,
had a good time.
yeah, if you're listening on YouTube, be sure to click like and subscribe and turn on notifications. And we will see you next week.
See
Have a
you.
great weekend.
Happy
Bye,
Friday.
everybody.
Happy Friday. Take care.
Yeah.